Hello again, social distancers. This is Bob Kafafian of the Kafafian Group. PKG continues to offer our series of banking shorts as we deal with COVID-19. We hope you're finding them interesting and useful. As you can see, I've grown some facial hair since my last short, since I can't seem to buy or find a razor. As many of you are probably doing, in addition to working from home, I'm spending more time than ever with my family, which is wonderful, getting some exercise, and watching lots of shows on Netflix. The recent series on Waco spurred some conversation at our dinner table. So today I thought it might be appropriate to reflect upon some of life's current challenges and reflect upon what is most important in my life and perhaps yours. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to hear the Reverend David Epstein speak at a breakfast meeting. Dave is currently the emeritus pastor at the Calvary Baptist Church near Carnegie Hall in New York City. Over the years, his ministry has often dealt with business executives and the business community in and around New York City. And for the last 12 years, he has spoken frequently about the Great Recession and the effects of greed and money. At the event that I attended almost 10 years ago, filled with investment bankers and business executives, David's message was direct and right to the point. The title of his message was Investing Wisely. He started out by saying he was not an economist, and he didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express. He went on to ask the group how many knew the difference between a recession and a depression. He suggested that there may be some economist in the room that could give a technical answer to his question, but he said that he knew the difference. And he said that a recession is when your friend or neighbor loses his or her job or his or her life savings, and that a depression is when you lose your job and your life savings. He went on to say that one of his church directors is an investment banker on Wall Street. He asked his director, in a nutshell, what does investing come down to? The director said it's all about profit. It's about risk and it's about reward. And that what you want to always try to do is increase the value of your assets. So David then said, if I were to say that investing is all about enriching your life today and securing your life tomorrow, would that be accurate? And the director said, that's exactly right. David went on to say that there are many great investments we can make on this earth, such as family, education, relationships, careers, and health, but then said that he had it on good authority that while these investments are good, they're not the best. He said that the most profitable and greatest investment we can make is to invest our life and soul with our God, and then allow him to use us to invest our life in the lives and souls of others. There's an old story that you may have heard about a ship's captain. It was nighttime, and the captain, seeing another vessel on radar heading directly towards his vessel, radioed to the other vessel and said, turn your vessel 10 degrees east. The response was immediate. Turn your vessel 10 degrees west. The captain angrily replied, I'm a captain with 35 years experience. Turn your vessel 10 degrees east. The response was, turn your vessel 10 degrees west. The captain replies again, I'm piloting a 50,000-ton frigate. Turn your vessel 10 degrees east. The reply was, I'm a lighthouse. Your call. I believe God is often saying to us, we're off course, making the wrong investments. Turn our vessel. Reevaluate our priorities. As David concluded his time with the group, he asked one of the attendees whose name just happened to be Bob. Yeah, let's just say Bob. He said, Bob, on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being total human depravity and 10 being total human perfection, where do you see yourself in your life on this continuum? Bob thought about it for a moment and said, well, I'm not a 0. I have some redeeming qualities. So let's say I'm a 7. Yeah, let's just say a 7. David said, okay, Bob, so you're a 7. What do you think you'll need to be to stand before God on your judgment day? Bob said, well, I guess you're saying I need to be a 10. And David said, that's right. You, me, and everyone else needs to be a 10. So how are you going to bridge the gap? Bob said, well, that's impossible. There's no way I can be a 10. And David said, that's right. You can't be a 10 on your own. But when you throw yourself upon God's mercy, by the grace of God and in the eyes of God, you become a 10. And then he said, remember, grace is God doing for us what we can't do for ourselves. Let me repeat that. Grace is God doing for us what we can't do for ourselves. So in conclusion, as we continue to deal with COVID-19, I'd like to challenge every one of us to think about what's really important in our lives. Let's stop the political bickering that doesn't help the cause. Let's find a way to work together. And let's choose to invest wisely for both ourselves and for those that God has entrusted to each of us, such as family, friends, co-workers, business associates, and so many others. God bless all of you, and please stay healthy and safe. Thank you.